Okay, ready? Mike's. Yeah, okay. I'd like to call this park board meeting of Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024 to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the November 5th minutes. Remember, should receive a copy of those minutes in their email packets. Does anybody have any additions or corrections? Okay. Hearing none. Need a motion to approve those minutes?
So move.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Probst. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the attorney's report.
First item for your consideration is a resale agreement with Jersey Mike's for a 2025 season of the Greenwood Sports Park at Freedom Springs Aquatic Park.
Good meeting with Jersey Mike's. We'll do a partnership with them. Start offering 3 different types of subs, 5-inch mini subs at our 2 locations at Freedom Springs. Go on board with the sports park too. Some regular bikers.
Have some,
Are your guys' mics on?
Yeah.
One of them's probably giving feedback.
Try this. It's this mic here.
Can you turn that one off?
you did.
It's off.
It is off.
That's off, yeah.
It's off now.
It's just a behind the image, right?
Good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep, so we'll buy the unit at unit cost for $5 a sub. And then Jersey Mike's doesn't have any restrictions on a cap, which we would resell that, so, but we're not looking at a crazy amount of profit. So, but we would buy the units for $5. Or, not
Have
Jimmy John's. I apologize. Not Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's.
Have we dealt with Jersey Mike's at Freedom Springs before?
We've done Jimmy John's. That's why I messed that up.
Okay, that's,
The offering was good of the sandwich.
Yeah.
I think the patrons and the visitors really like that.
okay.
And then, so we have something similar with Jersey Mike's. Go very well.
Any other questions, discussion? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the resale agreement with Jersey Mike's for the Greenwood Sports Park and Freedom Springs.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is a partnership agreement with Bailey and Wood for the Greenwood Freedom Festival at $5,000.
They were given the first right of refusal. I think they've been the last 2 years, they've been a stage partner, $5,000 partnership at stage partner. Good partnership.
Absolutely. Good part. Questions, comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the partnership agreement with Bailey and Wood for next year's Freedom Festival.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Probst, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is a use agreement, excuse me, with Social of Greenwood, Dr. Andrew Sutherland for use the community center for Senior Expo on May 8th.
This has got to be over 5 years now.
Yeah.
If not more, at the community center. They like the community center, just so you guys know, I've been trying to steer them towards the field
Yeah.
house. I just think that from a venue standpoint, it works a lot better for them. But I see their point. It's the parking for them. They're really like the community center. I think they're comfortable with the community center. So it's, Terry said May 8th, 9 AM to 12 PM. Sharon works with them very well, so not to make the space better.
It's always during the week, isn't it? Oh, weekday? Questions or comments?
Is the attendance on this increasing? We can fit
I think it's
700
recovered since obviously COVID. It got really low there. The year after that, it was pretty low. But I think it's recovering pretty good now. Where it was pre-COVID.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. 700 people, that's probably packs that place pretty good.
It's not all at once.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's through the duration of the event. Yeah, I mean, it's well attended.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement for next year's Senior Expo with the Social Greenwood on May 8th.
So moved.
Second that.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor? Mr. Burton?
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Mr. Prost?
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is another use agreement with the Grace Assembly of God for a worship night at the Greenwood Amphitheater on August 7th, 2025.
6-9. They just recently did this one, this past August. Very well. Local fee will apply. There. Have any conflicts or we have any concerns?
Questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement with Grace Assembly for the worship night at the Greenwood Amphitheater on August 7th next year.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor? Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Excuse me, Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Burton?
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is a preventative maintenance services agreement with Sexton Mechanical. Provide preventive maintenance for the period of January 1st, 2025 through the end of the year.
It's a preventative maintenance that have quarterly installments of $4,129.27. This is for all the HVAC. For the few months.
Questions, comments?
They come in, what, they change the filters, what do they do?
Change the filters, a lot of heating and preventative maintenance measures. And then every time they come in, they assess what's happened or needs to be fixed since the last quarter that they looked at it. So
Pretty routine stuff.
pretty routine stuff.
Do they do the community center also?
Yeah, they do. So
Probably.
that'll probably come earlier in the year next year.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the preventive maintenance agreement with Sexton Mechanical for their preventative maintenance services at the Greenwood Fieldhouse.
So moved.
Second that.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost?
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Mr. Burton?
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
There's another agreement with Sexton Mechanical to perform maintenance services at the field house and RTU units.
So on the heels of approving a preventative maintenance agreement, we have some repairs that need to be done at the field house. A lot of these repairs were brought to our attention, I think, earlier in the spring. And we deliberately kicked the can because they let us know that we were good to go through the summer months. Wasn't going to do anything for this particular repairs. But now we're getting a little cool. Like these things. Total for all three, all up, $11,329.70. You're looking at a condenser fan motor, you're looking at a main control board, and all also a supply fan motor replacement. Two of those repairs are for RTU4. One of the units is identified as CU3.
Questions or comments?
These repairs won't affect any events that are scheduled, correct?
No, and that will primarily be up to the manager to make sure that gets scheduled so there's no conflicts.
Do you have a time frame when this work's gonna be done?
Well, I mean, once we get the contract, since it's pretty good, John will schedule it.
Okay.
As the facility stands right now, and the air quality and the circulation, all that, 100% fine.
That's
That's
where I was getting at it.
There's no issues there whatsoever. So it's not like a nursing emergency on that. It's just, it's an asset to the asset. We want to make sure it's functioning properly.
Anything else from the board? Hearing none, need a motion to approve the use agreement, or service agreement, excuse me, with Sexton Mechanical for repairs to the RT units and the CU unit at the Green Fieldhouse.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All's in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is contract for the purchase and delivery of certain equipment. $76,190 with Sportaflex.
Sportaflex, it's a temporary fencing. This is for the sports park. It's primarily being used at the 225 or the 300-foot fields. Sorry, they will turn the 300-foot fields into an age-appropriate softball tournaments at the sports park. This was in our budget for 2024. We're making sure we cover this expenditure now. Also, you'll see it's defined in a carryover list as well. For $76,190. We did do due diligence. We did quite a bit of research on this. This was the one that we felt wasn't the top end, wasn't the Cadillac, right? So, but certainly we felt like it met our needs, our storage capacity that we had for this fence, and also met our needs as far as the footprint of the fields.
Will this be stored out there on site?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've discussed this before, right? It's the same system that we
Yep.
discussed previous.
100%.
Price hasn't changed.
No,
Up, down.
no. Proposal's been updated. Price has not changed.
That's unusual. That's good.
It is. It is. Yeah. That's good.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the purchase agreement with Sportaflex for the material to put on site at the sports park to convert fields into smaller fields.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is a contract for purchase, delivery, and installation of certain fitness equipment with Life Fitness. The amount of $102,712.90.
So we are encumbering some budget items for 2025. Make sure we get it under contract for the end of the year. This is needed equipment based off of the level of service that our current equipment has done already. It's got to the point where we need to replace it. Recumbent bikes, treadmills, upright bikes. And so it's just gotten the mileage. It's time to replace these things. And there's a power mill piece of equipment for the field house that's in here as well. Again, that was proposed in our 2025 budget. Like Greg said, for $102,712.90, and that is inclusive of shipping.
Looks like you're trading one item in.
Yeah, I think there's some credit. They'll take all of our old stuff and they'll get a bit of credit on that.
You've got about 20 or so pieces of equipment for the community center and then one for the field house.
Yep.
Well, I personally like to see you guys stay on top of rotating this equipment.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the free weights, and then the selectorized equipment, they have obviously a more longer lifespan. I would say, treadmills and recumbent bikes and row machines.
Appreciate the effort. Questions, comments?
Who maintains this equipment?
What's that?
Who maintains the equipment in between?
So Sharon is the community center who maintains it in between.
Yeah, in between trade outs.
Yep. So we got a company we contract called Fitness Fix, Fix with 2 X's, and they are a fitness equipment service repair, and they go around and they come in. Community center, they come in twice a year, and then we're going to propose they start going to the field house once a year, just based on the type of equipment. And then in addition to that, the staff, the community center too, monitor the mileage on the treadmill. Typical gym user, we're very routine. We go to the one treadmill, right? We always go to that one treadmill. Those treadmills are constantly rotating. So there's not one getting all the mileage. You know, they're getting constantly rotated, switched around.
I guess my point is, so none of them, if there's a fault in one of them, they don't just sit there. There's somebody that comes in and gets it up and going.
Yeah, I mean, all transparent to a certain degree. We do the best we can, put an out of order sign on it, and the company's contacted straight away. And in this case, if it's still under warranty, we call Life Fitness. If it's out of warranty, we'll call Fitness Fix.
That's covered.
Mhm. Yeah, you have to. With all with the private companies around, you've got to stay on top of this stuff. So,
Well, I mean, that's why we're competing, or
Yeah.
contending.
Yeah.
With a lot of these other places.
exactly. Yeah, beats just putting Band-Aids on it all the time.
Yeah.
You can only do that for so long. Anything else on the board? Okay, I need a motion to approve the purchase agreement with Life Fitness for exercise equipment at the Greenwood Fieldhouse and the Greenwood Community Center.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is a contract for certain for purchase, delivery, and installation of certain equipment for the Freedom Springs Aquatic Park, for the amount of $67,105.
So Freedom Springs, it's past 10 years old now. It's an 11-year-old facility. Aquatic centers, the mechanics in the aquatic center parts take a lot of abuse, right? From motors to pumps. In this case, ABB drives. ABB drives control the frequency which the motor will run. So it doesn't allow the motor to run over too many amperages and burn it up, and it doesn't allow it to go too low and not perform its optimal performance. It's time to replace the ABB. So it's a very corrosive space. The pump room, chemicals, the chlorine, the acid. So in 10 years is about typical lifespan for these things. So with that said, we're looking at replacing all the ABB drives for Freedom Springs. You can see the cut sheet there that lists all the ABB drives. The total price for that is $67,105, and that is in our 2025 year budget.
And they come out and do the installation.
This
also.
is fully supplied and installed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So these are like controllers, basically.
Yes.
It's a technical thing.
Yeah. So they control the amperage. If it wasn't for the ABB drives, those motors would just scream, right?
Constant.
And it burn them up in a day. So these ABB drives control the amperage, make sure they're getting the correct amount of output to pump the volume of water. Blame stuff.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the purchase and installation services agreement with Fuller Engineering for the equipment at Freedom Springs Aquatic Center.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton. Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
Next item is a contract with Superior Ground Cover to provide 326 yards of playground engineered wood fiber throughout the city of Greenwood parks. We're going to install and clean up after the installation.
Safety service material, we do this every single year. Goes around and tops it all up. We have a line item in our budget for this. We'll remind you, when we started this, it was at $20,000 because of our continued efforts and doing preventative maintenance every single year. We reduced it by $6,000 per year now. So we're now $14,181.
And they do the work?
They do everything. They have a truck, and it's a big 6-inch tube
Yeah.
like this, and they blow it into all the playgrounds. They locate all the playgrounds, and they got all the safety service material, they blow it all in, and they go to the next site. It's one of those companies I always say I wish I would have thought of it, because it's really clever.
Let's think back on the old days. where
Right.
We just buy, loads of it and
Right.
do the work ourselves.
Yeah.
Is there, this may be a silly question, and maybe I'm nitpicking here. How do you know they're putting it in the right depth? I mean, do you have somebody out there babysitting them or?
All of I think we've got a handful of CPSI
Yeah,
guys.
you do.
And they'll go out and inspect it, and if it's not the right depth, these guys come back and make sure it's done. And Jim has done that. I think they shortchanged us, not deliberately,
Sure, I
but I
understand.
think they shorted us a little bit. I think it might have been 3 apart or something.
Yeah.
Jim called them, this looks a little light. They came back out and topped it up.
Great. Glad to hear they're on top of it.
Yeah.
Anything else? Okay, need a motion to approve the installation agreement or services agreement with Superior Ground Cover for the playground wood fiber. All the parks.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Probst, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I also, motion carries.
Next item is a consideration of use agreement.
There's a use agreement for the Greenwood Field. And there's someone here speaking on behalf of this, the Power Cheer event. It's December 7th. Starts on at 3 p.m. 6 p.m. It looks like they want to do raffle. So you guys know, for transparency, the raffle would have alcohol in it. In addition to that, yeah, it looks like it's like December 7th at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So anything you'd like to add? Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you state your name for the record?
Emily Lee, I'm the coordinator of our program.
And your program is, again,
Our program's Woodman Power Cheer. It's a recreational cheer program, started in conjunction with Greenwood Bantam. This past year, we became our own private program. We are 501c3 nonprofit. Each year, we've held a winter showcase for the girls, had a way to show off their programs. We've always done it at the middle school. This year, there's conflicts for timing for them to be able to have time and space for us, so we have contracted the field house to have this program. We typically have a handful of raffle baskets. Sometimes we do a 50-50 raffle. This year, we're only doing the raffle baskets. We also typically sell hot dogs and walking tacos to help pay for the event, because we don't charge any of the parents or the athletes who do the event. This is a free event for them to be able to show their kids off, and we do all of this to pay for the event.
so your participants come in and do routines.
Yep, they do their cheer routines,
Okay.
music and everything. This year it is a little bit bigger and badder than it used to be. We were always only had 2 teams. Since we have become our own program, we've grown to 6 teams this year. And that's part of why we had such an issue trying to get in at the schools, because we're larger, they need a bigger gym to accommodate. And they just didn't have that space for us. But one of our raffle baskets is what they're calling the liquor snowman. And that was one of the things I needed approval for. I put a picture in there. Yep. And basically it's a snow globe snowman that has little tiny bottles in it. It's sealed. It will not be consumed on the premises, but it is one of our raffle baskets. And then we also, as I said, wanted to be able to serve our hot dogs and walking tacos to help pay for everything.
Okay.
What's your attendance expectation?
We're expecting around 150 people. We have just under 50 athletes. So we were estimating about 3 people per athlete to come in to watch it happen.
Thank you.
So when the people come in, I've been to events like this with different sports or different activities. Do people typically bring in their own seating, chairs, things like that?
No, this will all be in the stands. It's part of why we needed the field house. We're using the main gym at the
Right.
field house
Yeah.
because we needed the stands to be
Okay.
able to sit in.
And those stands will accommodate you?
I believe so. I think they said they accommodate up to 300.
300.
Okay. Yeah, you have to really be protective of those gym floors.
Yes.
And I know I've seen what lawn
Chairs
chairs will do to
yeah.
gym floors, yeah, or can anyway.
So is there anybody at school connected with this? Are you connected with the school corporation?
No one is. We do have some of our athletes' parents or teachers at the school and stuff like that.
Well, I
but we're not
understand
connected
that,
to
but you're not directly associated with the
school.
schools.
No, they've just always been kind enough to donate the gym to us or charge us at cost for employees to be there when we've done it in the past.
What's the accountability there?
I'm sorry.
What is the accountability with the money you take in, or
Oh,
where it
we
all,
are-
how you disperse whatever you do?
No problem. We have our own board. We are a full 501c3 nonprofit, similar to like the Greenwood Little League or the Greenwood Bantam League. We have our own board, our whole thing. We have full transparency on all of that. As I said, in the past, we were part of Bantam League, but this year, as of January of 24, we were our own program. And have just grown through the time. And in April, we opened our own facility close to Central 9. So we're a gym down by Central 9 now.
And do you have a gaming license?
I did. I got that paperwork today. There was a lady that was extra nice to me because I didn't know until yesterday that we had to have that. It was a first for us. The schools never asked for it, but the lady at the Gaming Commission, the Charity Gaming Commission, helped me expedite our application, got it all done and approved. I did email that over to Heather today,
Yeah.
and she added it to the documents for me.
Okay, now on this license, it does say you've completed the qualification process. It says this is not a license or acknowledgement of exempt
The
event
second
notifications.
page should be the license. It's actually what it is. It's an exempt activity notification. Our activity doesn't actually require the full-on gaming license because we are less than 2,500 in profit. And this will be our first one, so we're less than 7,500 for the year. So we had the exempt notification.
Yeah, we
The
talked,
baskets equal maybe
Okay,
500
we talked
bucks.
beforehand.
So they're able to have the raffle.
They don't actually need a specific license from the IGC. They can do that. They're exempt, so that should be what they have there.
And how many items do you raffle?
There will be 6 raffle baskets.
Okay,
Each team had to make
I-
one.
I think, speaking for myself, I have an issue with the alcohol on the one item you want to raffle. And I understand why you want to raffle it. I'm sure it was donated, or I'm sure it's something a lot of people like to have. It's just our rules are pretty specific about no alcohol on the property.
If I may,
Sure.
it actually states specifically no consumption of alcohol on the property.
Well, I agree, okay, but who's to
That's, but I
say,
still, that's why I
who's
did
to say
disclose
this,
it.
somebody doesn't crack this open? that-
We can keep it out of possession.
Well,
until they
and I
leave the
appreciate
facility.
that, but even having alcohol there on the premises leaves us, I personally think, I don't know how the rest of the board feels or Terry feels. I think that leaves us in a little bit of a liability situation when we allow alcohol on the premises with just the handshake agreement or the assumption that the people who brought it on promised not to open it.
Okay.
Understand?
I can understand that.
I mean,
do
and
absolutely
we've
understand
been pretty consistent with all the rentals we've had and all the activities we've had at the field house, as far as I'm concerned, about not allowing alcohol on premises.
Okay.
And you gotta understand, it's a family event or a family facility,
I absolutely.
and we're
understand.
constantly under the microscope. At least that's how I feel.
And I completely understand. That's part of
Excuse me?
why I asked.
I could propose an alternative if you just
Sure.
raffle the alcohol, but don't have it on the property, just have a picture of it. And then
100%.
Which we did consider that
Yeah,
as
that's-
well, and that is a possibility. The only problem we've had in the past is many of the items, when we don't have the actual item to
Yeah.
see, people don't bid on it as much. That's why we were asking permission. That
Sure.
is our backup plan, that if it is not approved, to put a photo out.
Yeah.
But typically not having the item there,
Yeah.
it doesn't do as well in a raffle. So
Just
that's
take
why we were
A
asking.
big picture.
Make it a poster board size.
Yeah. I can appreciate that, sure.
Now that the
If you're
license
doing it
issue has
fast.
been solved, I'm good with all this as long as the alcohol never hits the premises. That's something I can't budge on.
I understand that completely.
And there's one other issue I wanted to ask about. You're renting the basketball court, right?
Yes, the full part.
And you're wanting to sell, what was it, hot dogs and walking tacos?
Yes.
Where are you gonna sell those at? You're gonna have to sell those on the basketball.
Then we were told we could set up a couple tables in the hallway there for them to be able to get their food there.
I have to ask staff about that, or Rob, whoever.
When we were walking, I was looking, we were talking, there were tables.
Again, the reason I ask is we're very protective of that, of the gym floor, not just there, but the community center too.
Back of this, when I read through it, it does say the beer drinks permitted outside of meeting rooms. So.
Is that the agreement that she's already signed? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, so I did some follow-up on that. It does say meeting rooms specifically for the facility rental pack.
May I ask, something at youth basketball games, and people would eat from the concession stand, popcorn stuff in the stands.
So, are you,
Not your concession, but like I've been there for youth basketball games and they sold like popcorn and stuff at the games, and people were eating it in the stands.
That's when it was.
That's why I thought it was gonna
That's
be
when it was
okay.
agreement with
are you
middle
thinking,
school.
yeah,
It's no longer middle schools.
No, I'm talking about last year. That's why I was thinking that this would be okay.
So you're saying you've seen people in the stands?
With popcorn that they purchased during youth basketball games, because I actually bought some myself, that's how I know. So
We
I'm
sell-
gonna guess
we
maybe
will
it's
sell-
just something that was unaware that it was happening.
We
during
sell
basketball
concessions at
games.
our basketball games?
what basketball game was it?
Uh,
Was that the field house?
Yeah, it's at the field house. There was just some basketball games last winter they did youth basketball, and there was a little table set up with concessions that was selling candy, like M&Ms and things like that, and some little mini bags of popcorn and chips and stuff.
Unless this was a special thing the rec department did, I'm not aware of it as a direct.
Is there a solution to
I wonder if
this?
somebody-
Is there a solution to this?
I think the solution is that from a facility standpoint, John needs to come from a comfort level of what they can serve, where they can serve it at. From an asset standpoint. So,
Can we put up signage to where they keep the food in the hallways or?
so you're renting the room, the upstairs room, the walking track, correct?
No, we're renting the main
You're renting
gym,
the big room,
Just the gym.
just the
just the
main
gym.
gym.
just the gym, you're renting the food in the gym.
Well, and when I was talking about it before, was that the tables would be set up in the hallway leading to the main gym, where they would get their raffle baskets and their food, and then all food would have to stay in the stands. No one, of course, on the court is gonna have any of that. If it helps, we have no issue staying behind and making sure everything is clean and scrubbed ourselves behind you, if that's the quiet agreement.
I think as
Because, I
long
mean,
as
we
the
are a
terms,
youth program.
as long as the terms and conditions apply, that the cleaning, the cleanliness and everything is on the renter at the end of the day, at the night, and if it's not up to that standard.
And we did build an hour into our time. to
I think
do
if the
this.
food and everything, and the concessions stay within the concrete stands, right, and the plastic seating, and then off of the floor, I'm not a facility manager as a director, I don't have a concern about it.
Sure.
John, can you handle that?
Yeah, if everything is, like I said, everything's monitored, we put pretty heavy importance on it staying off the playing surface. Yeah, if we're trying to keep it contained into the bleacher area, should be fine. It's just,
second,
I understand like best intentions of monitoring it, but like you're anticipating 150 plus 50 athletes, like that's a lot, and running, so that was the concern of we just don't want anything
alcohol will be allowed on the court at all. Only the athletes will be allowed on the court. They will not have anything.
Could we,
food-wise whatsoever.
The
And
space between the actual gym floor and the bleachers, can we put up a barrier on there, just a rope?
Space between the gym floor.
The walking space between the gym floor
Stanchions,
and the,
yes,
yeah, can we just put up
We
a,
get stanchions on, yeah.
and maybe tack some signs on there?
Yeah.
No spectators beyond this point, something like that.
absolutely.
Again,
Terry, you have
Terry,
anything to add?
Oh, I was gonna say, section 7 of the use agreement requires that the facility be returned to their condition that they were in prior to the use, so. Ms. Lee indicating that she's gonna make sure that occurs, I mean, that's required anyways. Yeah. And then the other thing I'd ask, to, if you're going to approve the agreement, section 11 talks about alcohol and smoking, it does say alcohol shall not be served or consumed. If we could add the sentence that no alcohol will be on the property for this, so approve the agreement subject to that.
I would be comfortable with that.
so would I.
So it looks like we've got solutions to everything.
Yeah,
So
solutions to the alcohol, solutions to the gaming license, solution to the concessions. Right?
anything
I
else?
appreciate y'all's patience while
Well, I
I'm
hope you don't
figuring
think
this
we're
out.
picking on you. I hope you don't think we're focused to intent on you or picking on you.
Oh,
It's
no,
it's a
not
new,
at all.
it's a new facility, and every time it seems like every month or so, we've got new events that are going over there that we didn't anticipate.
Oh, yeah.
So as we continue to, the facility continues to be used, which we really appreciate you coming to use the facility, and we'd like to show it off. We just want to make sure we cover all of our bases. And like I said, I hope you don't think we're focused too intently on you.
No, and I truly appreciate you guys helping me with such a short time frame to figure
And-
out solutions and make
Yeah,
everything
and that
happen.
was the other thing that concerned me about this was with you coming to us so late with this. If we said just no to this because it's, maybe you didn't have all your ducks in a row. And we say no, then we end up looking like the bad guy. When if we'd have had more time, or all of us would have had more time, maybe this could have been worked out a little more exponentially. So, like I said, it's a learning process.
Yeah. When we
Is this
do-
a one-time event or you plan
We
on?
do the winter showcase annually, and we also have a spring showcase in April, or actually it's in March that we do as well,
This is the first time you've done it.
at the field house.
Fieldhouse. They've always
Where have
used-
you done it before?
The middle school, Greenwood Middle School.
They won't let you use the middle school anymore or?
She said there was a scheduling conflict, right?
Yeah,
That troubles me.
I gave reasons. They won't allow us to use the middle school anymore. The date does have things on there, but it's a conflict of interest because of Phantom League, if I'm being bluntly honest.
Well, we appreciate that.
Well, that troubles me. It's a school event and they won't let them use the school.
Well,
It's not a
they're not
school.
associated with the school. They've just used the school in the past.
No, I understand that,
Yeah.
but it's still, the children in the school system are gonna benefit from it.
Supposedly.
That's what bothers me.
Okay. Well, if we're
I know
available,
at the middle school, they're changing their program for being able to rent the facility from what it used to be. Used to, you worked with the athletic director if you were an athletic person, but now they're changing their system on how
Okay.
outside sources can use the property. So, and they're working out the kinks.
okay. Well, I think we've addressed our concerns,
I think
at
we have.
least for a couple of board members. And like I said earlier, we're working out the kinks with this building. Every time we have a rental there that wasn't there before, we'll have to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So if this all goes well, we hope you come back in the spring.
I hope it does. I don't
Okay.
really want to keep-
All right, and this is this Saturday, and staff will be on hand too. You guys will be there.
And we invite anybody and everybody. It's a community event, so we invite the world to come do it
Oh.
free event.
I'll bring my pom-poms. Any other questions or comments from the board?
John, you feel like we've got it all worked out?
I think so.
Rob?
Okay, staff's comfortable with it. They're the ones who got to deal with it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the board?
No.
Okay, need a motion to approve the, let's see here, use agreement with Woodman Power Cheer, excuse me, for use of the Greenwood Fieldhouse this upcoming weekend on Saturday,
With the addition of no alcohol.
with the addition of no alcohol allowed on the property being written into the use agreement.
So moved.
Second that.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Nay.
I'm a yay. Motion carries 3-1. You need this, Terry? That's the agreement.
If you can sign it, we'll just swap out that,
Okay.
that page.
Okay. We're good.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck and thanks again for coming tonight.
Thank you.
We got one more item on the attorney report.
Yes, I'm sorry. The last one is consideration of a service agreement with TCT Flooring to deliver, install, clean up after installation.
Got some walk-off carpet in the foyer at the community center. We have some walk-off carpet in the back. Needs to be replaced. It's been there since the beginning. It's stained. We just need a fresh one. So, $15,180.69.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the service agreement with TCT Flooring for replacement of carpet at the Greenwood Community Center.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Prost.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. I believe that's it for the attorney report.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, I signed this. Do you want this now so you can?
I'll whoever,
You get with them. Okay.
I'll email how they're paid.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda, job description, part-time marketing and communications associates.
You had approved an amended one of these, I think, past part board. And then we called something else. The supervisor was indicated as myself, director of Parks and Rec. I don't directly supervise part-time employees, so that needed to be changed to marketing communication coordinator. That's the.
So we're just approving a revised job description.
What's that?
We're approving a revised job
Correct,
description.
of that, of what we just discussed.
Questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve revised job description for the part-time marketing and communication.
So moved.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich.
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is resolution 24-11, the 2025 user fees.
In your guys' packets for your review, there was a spreadsheet provided to you, and there was the highlighted changes. I am not, unless you want me to, and we want to take up another hour, I'm not going to go through all those. Those are for your review, and I will answer any specific questions or clarify any amendment that you may have a question on. It's a very comprehensive spreadsheet. It'll break down all the prices and why we changed.
Again, I think it's good that you guys are constantly reviewing this, proposing changes, updating.
So on the back end of that, Tim, that is important. Every year, we meet with all of our user fee-based facilities and programs. And so from rec, the field house, community centers, Freedom Springs, and then Heather on her side comes with the shelter houses. And we also talk about dog park user fees. And we do our due diligence and a comparative analysis from other markets that may be doing very similar to what we do and see where we fall on that. Make sure we're staying current with our rates, not falling too far behind, or maybe there's an underutilized rate. It's complicating things that we need to simplify things. So there were some scenarios.
I think the worst thing you do is sit back on your laurels and just assume everything's okay.
Yeah, I mean, people think I'm crazy because I think I said this in one of our review sessions. I really enjoy this because it's kind of a recap at the end of the year. You get to see where you're at with your user fees, and it just kind of tightening up the program a little bit.
Yeah.
She gave me the same look you did.
Well, you said you enjoy it.
I did.
Questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve resolution 24-11 for the 2025 user fees for park and recreation facilities and activities.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor? Mr. First.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the 2024 carryovers.
The list of them, you should have them. Again, I'm happy to go through all those if you like, or if you got any specific questions for your review, if you have any questions, we have an answer.
Just to be clear that we've already discussed everything on this list. And this is just a carryover.
We have discussed the majority of things on this list, correct? There are a couple line items in there that fall within the purchasing, fall within my purchasing authority, that we're carrying over.
Panels for Old City Park playground.
What's that?
Panels for Old City Park, is that playground panels?
It is. That should be Recreation Insights. So what it is the Old City Park, the panels that were there, they are of the red hue and they have faded very, very badly. We are going to go away from the red hues and get different color panels.
So they're pink now.
Yeah, they were orange.
We're changing,
Live and learn.
evolving.
Yeah.
And Heather, we need all the board members to sign this. Any questions over the carryovers? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the 2024 carryover list.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor? Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Mr. Burton?
Aye.
Mr. Prost?
Aye.
I am an aye also. Motion carries. You sign that, please. Next item on the agenda is the 2025 partnership guide.
Partnership guide should have been provided to you for your review. There were some changes to the partnership guide. We combined some Kid City partnerships. Supreme Springs and Chase Cabana partners. Or instead of each individual cabana, we did the entire row. We reworked and added options. We eliminated the VIP tent, summer concert series. Pickleball packages, packages for all pickleball related events. So we kind of automated those. Ball concerts, we removed that altogether. We're just revamping things a little bit, just making sure we're staying current, meeting all the community's recreational needs. We did other minor changes to like Public Palooza, and then we did some alterations to Kid City Christmas levels, partnership levels.
So do you need us to approve these changes?
Yes, please. Or the new revised
Revised 2025 partnership guide. Do I have any questions or comments for Rob? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the 2025 Greenwood Parks and Recreation Partnership Guide.
So moved.
The revised 2025 Partnership Guide, excuse me, Dave.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost?
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
Mr. Burton?
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Foundation report.
There's a little report from the foundation. It is Giving Tuesday. You guys have to do time to donate to Parks Foundation.
What's Giving Tuesday?
I don't know if they
Is that,
give to not-for-profit
is
organizations.
it a real thing?
Yeah, it's today.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
I was not literally, I was literally not making that up. It is a thing.
Okay, I believe it. I just haven't heard of it.
Huh?
I just haven't heard of it.
Yeah, a lot of not-for-profits, 501c3s,
Okay.
type of things, it's where you get a chance to donate.
Okay.
And what are the different ways you can give?
You can give time. That's not structured very, we haven't really kind of structured that just yet, but there's an opportunity there to reach out for that. And then there's an online portal where you can donate. Click on that.
You know, I think I donated last year. I think you did too.
Just throwing that out.
Well, the reason I bring that up is, I'm forgetful.
Yeah.
If you might just ask the foundation or whoever you deal with in the foundation, if somebody's given in the past, if they could maybe send out a reminder.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, because that's just not top of mind.
Okay. Will do.
Control report, Greg is here.
Good evening. Before I get started, I want to introduce our new deputy controller, this is Andre Rayner. Comes to us from State Board of Accounts.
Okay.
Today's his first day with the city.
So you were with the state, now you're with the city?
And,
Congratulations.
You probably see the financial reports coming from his email sometimes. I'm sure he needs it. I just want to make you aware. I didn't meet everybody.
Okay.
Going to the financials sent out this morning. On Fund 204, your operating fund, one thing you may notice is that negative under the rental of property. This was requested by the Parks Department. This year, I think it was, they started including some of the concessions items with the cabana rentals. And so what we did was broke out what was actually concessions money and shifted that over to your S&R fund. So that's the change in that rental income. Beyond that, right now, that fund has got just over $4 million in it, almost 4.1. Really good target ratio there. Your revenues are 400,000 ahead of expenses, so in good shape there. Food and beverage tax funds, also sitting just over $4 million there. We're running revenues are 141 ahead of expenses, so in good shape. S&R fund, this one we're running 236, almost 237,000 ahead of expenses this year. Right now with a fund ending balance of 553,754. Feel pretty good about that one. And then finally, you've got your park impact fees. We have spent down a chunk of those this year. We're at 1.19 million. I think I mentioned this probably every meeting, but that will, as construction permits start being issued, you'll start seeing that going up. We've got a handful of new neighborhoods that are coming on board, coming through the planning process that are going to have several hundred homes. So we will see that go upward quite a bit. And when the new rate kicks in after the study's finished, the per home will probably go up on that as well.
Okay. On the park impact fees, any impact that we would have seen there from the Madison, has that already happened?
Yes, that has come in. Yeah, that came in basically when they did their building permits. They have to pay that.
Numbers look great. Anybody got any questions for Greg? Thank you for coming. Thank you. Welcome on board. Parks report. Not here tonight.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Have any questions for Rob? Let Jim know we all wish him well. Speedy recovery. Who's what?
Speedy recovery.
Jim Lamb. He had knee surgery. That's why he couldn't be here tonight. Bummer. That's yeah.
I don't need to know that.
Well, he's been my best.
Don't give him a call.
Trails. Anything on trails?
Nothing to report.
Recreation report. Should receive a
I'm here
copy.
to answer any questions, man.
It's Santa time coming around.
It is.
Yeah. Have they? They probably already started. I'm sure they started putting lights up and everything over there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah, it'll be done ready for, I think, December 2nd. I think they'll be, it's kind of the deadline, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're all good.
Good. Looking forward to it. Field house report. Johnson.
You guys have a copy of my report. Nothing crazy except we're really busy. Kind of got a little whiff of that, but we're just, I mean, including this Sunday, I think we're the Saturday, I think we're just, every bit of rental time is taken up. So buildings, moving, constantly right now. So it's great. All of Nick's programs, Rex programs, I mean, they're packed. Wait list, back in September, they're getting on wait list as soon as it opens, for enrollment, day passes, memberships, rentals, team rentals, birthday party rentals, they're all just, so it's good.
Love seeing all those cars over there,
Yeah.
especially in the evenings.
It's getting better. I mean, the infrastructure is obviously greatly improved around here as well. It helps.
How's the parking in the parking lot working for patrons? Or do they seem satisfied with that? I'm talking to the representative of the staff. Do you hear feedback one way or another? I know there's people that don't like to walk from here to there.
There are people that don't like to walk. I do know a lot of our staff will park at OLG
Yeah.
and walk, just because it's the biggest parking lot,
Yeah.
close to Park City. I think some people do, like if they know it's raining, people will park in the park garage. I don't think it's a ton, but I'll drive by on the weekends or I'll come in. You'll see that parking garage low. Now I don't know if it's for the field house or if it's the Madison.
Yeah.
I'll come in on the weekends and there are certain people in the field house, and I am like, there's just a lot of people. I'm like, where are I from the park? So yeah, I'm assuming they're utilizing that parking garage.
I think what most people don't realize is there is a second parking garage for the Madison. Do we all know that?
Correct.
Yeah. I don't think the general public knows that.
Right.
So, yeah, it's on the west side of the complex.
Anything else for John? Thank you. Community center report.
You guys have my report if you have any questions. We are in a big rush to get the community center decorated for Gig City Christmas on Saturday. We're getting there.
Yeah. Big time of year. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Any other business from the public? Any business from the park board?
Yes.
Was this, I'm sorry, Robert, was this part of the carryovers?
That is.
That's what I thought. I didn't remember seeing the name on the carryover list. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
We have approved scheduled meeting for January 7th, 2025. Is that right? It's January. Is that right? So, we will not have, from a staff standpoint, we will not have the time to prepare that. Back in middle of the week, we'll have 2 days to prepare and then go to the weekend. Next Tuesday. It'll be, I don't want it, it'll be very underwhelming. I propose that we move the date to January 14th. If that's okay. It allows us to catch up. It allows the staff to not have an underwhelming product come January. So build it all together.
You may have to wait for the RDC to get out of here then.
Yeah, we've done that before. I think RDC.
Same time, same place.
Same bed,
Yeah.
same bed.
There shouldn't be a lot on the docket for
They're
that.
really on RDC.
No, on anybody, it's January 14th, so I'm fine with that.
We need to vote on it?
Yeah, yeah, you definitely have to vote on it.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the changing of the January 7th meeting date, the Greenwood Park Board, to January 14th, 2025.
So moved.
Second,
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All in favor, Mr. Cross,
Aye,
Mr. Dietrich,
aye,
Mr. Burton.
All
same time?
right. As of right now, same time.
Aye.
Until further notice.
Okay.
Unless you
Motion carries. Anything else from staff or board? Hope everybody has a great Christmas. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas, Happy New Year.
Everybody else, too.
Thank you.
It's been a great year. Members should have received the claim docket in their packet unless they want to have any additional correction to stand as presented. And if there's no other, no other business come before this board, this meeting is adjourned.